Ports never sleep, but most of them still watch themselves the old way. A patrol truck here, a camera there, a drone crew called out after something has already gone wrong. In Antwerp, that just changed for good. I'm Jama Omubari, Managing Director of TTP and Director, West African Truck Terminals. Welcome to the first video edition of PortSight, our weekly intelligence brief. Every week, we take one innovation from a leading port anywhere in the world and ask a simple question. What would it take to bring this to West Africa? This week's trend is autonomous drone surveillance, benchmarked against the Port of Antwerp-Bruges. Here is what Antwerp has built. 6 autonomous drones sitting in fixed docking stations across the port, no pilot standing by. Each drone launches itself, flies its mission, lands, charges, and is ready again. Together, they fly about 18 scheduled flights a day, covering more than 120 square kilometers, approved for beyond visual line of sight flight by Belgian and European regulators. Every image streams live to one command center. So instead of someone climbing a structure to check for a damage, a drone flies the same route every morning and flags anything unusual. Instead of recording a spill after someone noticed it, the drone catches it in the act. Antwerp's own leadership calls this a digital nervous system for the port. And that's the right description. It isn't a gadget, it's infrastructure. And the benefits compound. Faster response, because a drone reaches an incident before a vehicle can. Safer operations, because people aren't the ones climbing into confined spaces to look for problems. And better records, because every flight is time-stamped, which matters for insurance, compliance, and maintenance. And one operational picture, because the drone feed sits alongside CCTV, radar, and terminal systems, not apart from them. So, where does this leave our ports here in West Africa? We looked closely at Nigeria, Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, and Togo, together with the Gambia. The honest answer is, nobody in the region runs anything like Antwerp's network yet. But the kickoff spots are different from port to port, and that matters. Ghana is closest. Tema Port already runs 210 CCTV cameras, facial recognition, and staff trained on drone operations. The drones just aren't autonomous yet. Ghana could be the first port in the region to make that leap. In Nigeria, Lekki Deep Sea Port is the one to watch. Built automated from day one, so there's no legacy system to walk around, and embedding an area layer now costs far less than retrofitting later. Lagos and Tinkan Island have a different problem. Truck congestion at the gates, and that's exactly where area visibility over the access routes ends its place the fastest. Abidjan already runs a serious security operations center, so a pilot there has somewhere to plug straight in. Lomé, as a major transshipment hub, would gain visibility it can't fully get today. And Banjul, being compact, is actually the cheapest place in the region to prove that this works, with just one docking station potentially required. So, the pattern across the region isn't that West Africa is behind, it's that every port has a different first move, and the smart approach is to start small, prove the value, and then scale. Which brings me to where West African Truck Terminals, a TTP company, fits into this story. We are not in the business of selling drones. We're in the business of making sure that the data those drones capture actually changes how a port runs from day to day. Our Intelligent Mobility Solutions platform already manages electronic call-up, vehicle scheduling, and traffic flow for ports and terminal operators today, integrated by API into port management systems already in place. That's proven running infrastructure, not a concept on a slide. Aerial data on queue buildup, corridor congestion, and incidents near the gates can plug directly into the engine already sequencing truck arrivals. So instead of a drone feed nobody has time to watch, you get smarter call-up that adjusts to real-time conditions on the ground, one live view instead of a separate dashboard, and faster response because the gap between seeing a problem and acting on it has shrunk. That's the difference between owning a drone and owning the value a drone creates. So here's the bottom line. Antwerp shows us that autonomous area monitoring is moving from experiment to core infrastructure for our ports. The question is no longer whether to adopt something like this, it is how quickly it can be connected to the systems already running your port today. Based on what we've seen, Tema, Lekki, Lagos, Lomé, and Abidjan are best placed to move first. So this has been the first video edition of PortSight. If your port is exploring where to start, we would genuinely like to talk. And if you want the full written brief with a complete country-by-country breakdown and our sources, the link is below. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week with the next innovation and the next opportunity for West Africa to lead rather than follow. I'm German Omubari, and this has been PortSight.